Quinton de Kock is back, and the Proteas respond, beating Pakistan by 8 wickets. What a performance! And yeah, just I haven't chatted cricket in a while, so I thought I'd just jump on and talk about the fact that Shooks is cooking up something special with this Proteas squad. I mean, yes, it's a young Pakistani squad, but it's a very rotated Proteas side. Lots of youngsters. Quinton de Kock making a return. Even the players that aren't that young aren't regulars, for example. And to respond on their first ODI's defeat, where we came close but didn't quite manage to get there, to respond and dominate by 8 wickets, chasing down 269 in 40 overs, 40.1 overs to be precise. I mean, we made that pitch look like it was a complete road, and some huge stakes of claim by some of the players. Quinton de Kock, Tony de Zorzi, Luandre Pretorius, Nandre Burger operating. And I tell you what, we're just in such a good place as SA Cricket. I was just doing my sports therapy earlier and talking about the fact that, for example, I feel like we're in the golden generation of spin in South Africa. I also think that we're just churning out really high-level players. And what Shooks is doing so well at the moment is bringing them in. We've got SAA tours happening. We've got a pipeline that is feeding this talent in. And I think come the T20 World Cup next year, and then the 50 over World Cup the year after, selection is not going to be easy. I'm glad I'm not part of those sort of boards and those conversations, because it's going to be a very tough one. But if you're a big cricket fan, smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Hopefully try and do a bit more of these things. I want to try to do some more cricket videos, actually, some batting challenges and stuff, because I'm playing the damn sport. I might as well show you guys how bad I am at the damn sport. But let's have a look at the scorecard, shall we? And exactly, how dominant we were. And it's quite simple, really. It's these early wickets by Nandre Burger. He took 3 wickets in those first, 10 overs odd. Faisalabad, 0. Nqabayomzi, 11. And Mohammad Rizwan, 4. I mean, those are the 3 premier batsmen. Saim Ayub's a good player, but those are your 3 premier batsmen. And to get them all out for a combined total of 15 is Nandre Burger at his absolute best. There were partnerships, I thought we already did very well. There's a lot of dot balls, for example, and that ability to bowl dot balls and to sort of put the pressure on and kind of keep them under wraps was big. A couple expensive overs towards the end, as you can naturally do. But there was a bit of resistance coming from Saim Ayub, for example, Salman Agha with 69, and then Mohammad Nawaz with that 59 towards the end. But in general, bowlers all very, very tidy. Nandre Burger, what a spell that was. 4 wickets, for 46 runs, an economy of 4.6. Just 4 boundaries off his spell. I think that's a huge part of it. 59 dots bowled in that spell. I mean, that is a spell of, 64 deliveries? And of those, 39 were dots. That's mental. And you look at the dot balls being bowled by all the bowlers. Corbin Bosch, 36 dot balls. Thought he also bowled tremendously well. Peter looks a bit expensive here, but I think he actually bowled a really good spell. His first 2 overs went for 16, and his last over went for almost about 30 odd. I think about 24 odd. I think with 3 sixes and a 4. So about 23, 24 odd. So 3 overs went for close on 40 runs. The other 5 overs went for 15. So he basically completely tied them up. 19 dot balls, but not that many boundaries. I mean, all those boundaries, all 3 of those 6 came in his last over. 3 wickets and important wickets towards the tail. He got Mohammad Nawaz, who was going ballistic. Once it was trying to go ballistic and had hit him for a 6 and then got him out. But I think very good cameos coming from Bjorn Fontaine, Don Ferreira, not George Linder's day. And I think smart captaincy. Matthew Breska realizing that Donovan Ferreira was bowling well and was the most economical bowler in the end, and bowled him a full 10, despite not being a frontline spinner. And then we went to our batting, and he's arrived, as far as I'm concerned. Luandre Pretorius just looks so at home at this level. That was the big thing in the SA20. He just looks so at home. 46 or 40s, 1 6, 7 4s, just looks so classy. He just looks so good up there. And then Quinton de Kock, there was so much resistance when he came back. There was so much chat about should he have come back? Should we allow him to come back? Always been a bit of a controversial figure as Quinton de Kock. But at the end of the day, he hasn't been played particularly well in the T20 circle the last few years. That's why there was probably the most resistance, because they were saying, well, is he good enough? Well, 123 of 119 And you go look at his numbers, and they're mental. When Quinton de Kock's in this kind of form, you know, you have to have him in the side. And he started to look today like the Quinton de Kock we saw in 2023, where he scored, I think, like 300s in that World Cup. You know, was one of the leading run scorers. He was just absolutely shitting runs. And fantastic came as well. Luandre, and then Tony Dezorzi, 76 for 63, a strike rate of 123 sixes, 9 fours. The aggressiveness of Tony Dezorzi, which is quite in contrast to his test ability. And it's been interesting that he's been backed as a white ball player. He doesn't have phenomenal white ball numbers. You know, not a big seller in the SA20, for example. Doesn't get IPL contracts. But today we saw him play with that kind of freedom and that aggression that I think Shukri Conrad's told him, listen, if you're going to play in the setup, in the number 3, for example, you need to be able to hit bounds. You need to be able to go on the counter attack. You need to be able to play the situation. And I thought he played it absolutely superbly. I mean, you look at this performance, for example, and the only person you can really say didn't play well today was George Linder for his 2 overs. Everybody else did their job. You know, it doesn't get much more comprehensive than this. And again, you look at the side, and you know, your players who play in our strongest ODI side, and you probably have one of Luandre Pretorius, Quinton de Kock. You'd probably have Matthew Bretzker. You'd probably have Nandre Burger, and you might have Corbin Bosch. So we're looking at 3, maybe 4 players who'd be in our frontline ODI side, and look how comprehensive that was. So life is good as a Proteas fan. As far as I'm concerned, Quinton de Kock, welcome back. You know, you look at, again, you talk about his numbers, and he's got a sublime record. He really, really does. I mean, in ODI cricket, he averages 45. The strike rate close on 100 odd, for example. You know, I think he's got almost 7,000 ODI runs. You want that experience. And his conversion rate is tremendous as well. 31 50s, 21 hundreds. That is stupid numbers. So him being back can only be a good thing for the Proteas. So on a Thursday evening, on a bit of miserable weather, I thought I'd just throw it up there, just chat. And I want to know what you guys think. Was it a good thing for him to come back? And did you think it was a good thing before this evening? You can't just come now and say, oh, yeah, I always backed it. Did you think it was a good idea at the time? What are your thoughts on it now? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you have any requests on some cricket content, we're actually installing a camera at the field I play now. So I might even put up some low light reels and some ridiculous moments you'll see on the cricket field. And also might do some challenges as well. Can also do some rugby challenges. Let me know down in the comments below. And we'll see you guys all very soon here on the Stevie channel, which is hopefully about to get a lot more active.